What's your favorite podcast?
Right now, I have like a heavy rotation between like King and the Sting, Fighter and the Kid.
Those are the same ones
This
we
past
listened
weekend, yeah,
Yeah.
like all that shit.
to.
Yeah, like
There we
Stevie,
go.
yeah, like the Stevie Weeby Show, Bad Friends.
Dude,
all
bro,
the same podcast.
bro, it's kind of like the same thing. Like once you kind of get going with that, because I used to only listen to like the Joe Rogan Experience because I thought that's just what podcast was. I was like, oh, that's the podcast. No, but that's just like once I was like, no, there was millions of podcasts out there, and then I started diving in, and all the comedians have funny ones and shit. So I don't know. I like conspiracy podcasts. I like goofy podcasts, but I find myself listening to like just this past weekend and Bad Friends and Tiger Belly and all types of weird shit.
Yeah, but we had a feeling you might be into those ones specifically because we saw you had Chappelle Lacey on recently.
Yeah.
And he worked with all those guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chappelle, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's so many, bro. Everybody has a podcast, right? So, like, all these guys were just kind of like, I was watching them because, my co-host, Steven, he was always putting me on to, like, these funny clips, and I didn't know where they were coming from. So, I started watching one, and one just led to another, and how YouTube throws up like that random like recommendation type shit. Like all that got me. I was stuck watching like random clips from like 15 different shows, and I just went down that rabbit hole. But yeah, like Chappelle was cool as hell. We spoke to him. I hit him up on Instagram. He's like, "Yeah, I'd be super down to come on the show." And then once I started, and once we kind of had him on the show, then it just kind of everybody else, like Theo and like Brandon, all those guys, we start, talking to them, and we start hanging out with like Kat from Kat and whatever her late night show is on King this thing. So we start talking to those guys, and they start hooking us up. We went on like whiskey or ginger whiskey or whiskey ginger or something like that.
Whiskey
I forgot.
Ginger.
Yeah, whiskey ginger. Yeah, that was fun. We did a whole bunch of just random shit, bro. He Theo hooked us up with a whole bunch of guys to go out there and make rounds with. So it was cool, bro. It was definitely something I could see myself getting into. So I think that's kind of like where I want like my podcast to go. I mean, I'm still gonna clearly talk about basketball every now and then, and if something crazy happens, but for the most part, I just want it to be kind of like that, just like taking it and just the show is podcasting. If that makes sense.
Yeah, just talking.
Just random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how it should be, man, and that's pretty cool, dude. That you're just like into that shit because like we just don't know a lot of people that are as into the same type of like we love podcasts. That's why we started one, and like I'm sure you probably are in the same boat. Did 2020 kind of make you sit and think like, man, what do I want to? Because the stillness of the world kind of make you think, what do I want to do when basketball stops?
It's weird, like, cause my co-host, he's always kind of like pushed me into like, yo, we should start a podcast. And I was just like, I mean, okay, sure, whatever. I kind of wrote him off about it a few times, but he was asking for months and months. And then all of a sudden, like once the season stopped and wasn't really shit to do, he was like, bro, this is the perfect time to like trying to start one. So I remember it was just like one random day. He was like, bro, fuck it, let's just start one. I was just like, all right, let's figure out whatever, like all the shit we need. Let's figure out, how to do this. Let's set up everything. But then, like that first week, bro, we had to get all the equipment. We had to get all the like the stuff that you need to record. We had to get laptops. We had to get, the mics.
Yeah, we know the difficulty.
Yeah, we know the grind, bro. We know the grind.
Yeah. Just like I know, even just getting that set up right there for you guys probably took it took a lot. And
bro, it took like 8 tries too. We had like different boom arms. We were trying all the boom arms. Like we just like we couldn't figure out which one.
Trust me, bro. I have mics everywhere now. Like there's mics, microphones, headsets, like all this shit I bought and try to just like figure out how to work. Until I found something that kind of like worked for me. I was just like, all right, that was the biggest part. Is just like getting started, and then once we like the very first time we even started, like okay, let's do a solo episode, bro. We talked for like 9 minutes, and we were like, what the fuck? This is way harder than I thought. And then it's just like,
you think it's just people bullshitting, bro? It's not. The guys are really locked in. Yeah,
the camera makes a big difference.
It's for sure. You gotta actually like put a ton of effort into it. So we're just like, god damn, like, what the hell are we gonna talk about now? Like now we're here. It's like, okay, so we're trying to figure out like which direction to go, on top of like trying to like not script it, but like have a direction. Like that was the hardest part because like once you get out there, it's just you can talk. Like 7 minutes of talking isn't the same as like 7 minutes of like talking on a podcast.
Yeah, no facts.
So I think we had to learn how to do that. But I mean, the learning part has been the best part about the whole learning experience is just figuring out what works, how everything works, how to get. Because like when you go to like this past weekend or whatever, you go to their YouTube page. It's like everything looks legit. You don't even think about how much work goes into like just making it look nice, getting the logo, getting the intro. Like
that's all we've been working on this last week. Yeah, dude, because it's like this is the easy part. Like we were talking about this the other day. Like just recording the podcast is actually the easiest part. It's all the other bullshit. Trying to figure out, all right, do we put this clip out? Is that stupid? Like, should we cut it here? Like,
teaching ourselves how to edit videos.
No, for sure, bro. We have a team. We have somebody that edits and clips everything for us. But we had to get like a lot of the artwork ourselves. We had to like get an animator to go through all this stuff to make sure our intro looks right and this and that and the other. But it's a lot of work. But I mean, it's coming together. And the best thing about it is like, when did you guys start your podcast?
Really around the same time I know your first episode was like June 30th. Our first
May or June.
We tried starting in May, but like, bro, it's so fucking hard to get this shit going. So like, we recorded a bunch, and like shit would go wrong, and we'd be like, that sounds shitty. Like, so we didn't get one up and loaded till June 13th. Yeah. So yeah,
same. That's same literally way. Like the same time, right?
Yeah.
So. And so much time has already gone by too. Like, how many episodes do you guys have out?
This is
right around yours. I think we're at 11. This is 11, right?
Yeah,
this is our 11.
11, 12, right? Yeah, bro. Just wait. Like, just literally this time next year, you're gonna have like 50 episodes out, and you're like, damn, bro, we came a long way. It's gonna change. You guys are gonna set up a different location, different background.
Yeah, no, that'd be dope.
That's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah, it's really the grind and just seeing it grow, and like even like the small wins, I feel like you got to celebrate with the podcast. Like 3 more subscribers, like all right, cool, man. Like we'll take that shit, like.
Some comments.
Trust me, like if you don't think I'm constantly on my phone, looking at YouTube subscribers, going to the sort of Captivate thing, looking at our numbers, making sure that everybody's listening. It's crazy staying on top of just like trying to reach out to people. That's the hardest part. Is just reaching out to people it's a nightmare sometimes. Like even if you think it's going to be easy, even if you know it's a for sure lock, they're going to be. It's just like making sure they're on time, making sure that you can get them, make sure that everything runs. It's like a full thing to go through. So, I mean, but hey, a year time from now, who knows where we could be, bro? We're gonna have a ton of more, followers, a ton of more subscribers. It's gonna be booming.
Facts,
that's
bro.
The fun part.
Yeah, that's why we're so hyped to get a guest as big as you on early. I mean, we're obviously a basketball podcast, but like similar to you, like we like to talk about a lot of non-basketball things. So with your co-host too, we were also wondering, how did you guys meet? Like, what's your connection? What like how long you known that guy?
Yeah, we grew up together. We've known each other since around sixth, 7th grade.
Okay.
I played on his travel team. His dad was a head coach, and we known each other since like 7th grade, and then we went to different high schools for a little bit, and then we ended up going to the same high school for like the last. Yeah, he went to my school for like the last 2 years of high school, so it was pretty dope. Like we know each other, we grew up, and then just stayed close ever since. And yeah, we like most of our relationship now is like because he lives on the East Coast, or he lives on the West Coast. I live way on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. Most of our friendship now, it went from like us kicking it at each other's houses or hanging around the neighborhood, or he's calling right now, so funny, or even just like, just hanging out at somebody else's house. But now it's all basically Warzone, headphones. Like I don't ever see him in person now, and it's weird. So he was like, yo, bro, since we're always talking, we need to start a podcast. And that's how it goes. But yeah, we known each other since, kids, and now we're freaking adults running the podcast. Crazy. How do y'all know each other?
We're brothers.
Yeah, we're brothers. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that's way easier.
Yeah, since birth,
it is way easier. It should be way easier.
Yeah, dude. Hey, did you enjoy that clip?
I think they did.
I think they did too. And if you did, there's a whole playlist of them right here.
And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe.
And honestly, just leave a like. What's it take, like 5 seconds to leave a like?
Not even 5 seconds. Not even 5 seconds. And while you're at it, I mean, we'll take a 5-star review on on Apple Podcasts, that would be greatly appreciated.
And I'm screaming R.I.P. to Kobe. Oh, he's a lefty. Come on.